Hey y'all, my name is Lim Turner. I'm with the Arbitrage Source, and today this video will be about the buy box. Now, for me to explain about how a buy box works, we're going to come to an Amazon page. And on this page, let's say we are a Joe Blow customer, and we're going to put in, paste, this Disney Store official Jesse interactive talking figure. Okay, now on the results page, you have all these results, and let's say they're looking for this item here. All right, now on this detail page, this product page, this area right here, this area is what is called the buy box. This is the featured offer. This is the one offer that Amazon says is the best price, will be able to get to the customer the fastest, and almost all sales come from the buy box. As you can see here in the buy box, it has the price, it has the shipping speed or when it is expected to be delivered. It will show that it's in stock. It won't show the stock quantity. That's a keep function. So it's shipped from, whether it's FBA, it'll be Amazon, or if it was FBM, it would say shipped from and also the store name. So the store name would be here and here. It would be sold by and shipped from the Disney store if it was FBM. Now, if you're not in the buy box, you're one of these many sellers over here. You, a customer, if they wanted to buy your merchandise, they would have to click here and then come over here to add your items to the cart. And one of the things that makes this different from eBay, with eBay not having a buy box, and I will show you. Let me click over here on the link. I go to eBay title, first 6 words. See here on eBay, close this. Here on eBay, it has every listing. This is one seller. This is another seller. This is another seller. This is another seller. These are all different sellers, and generally, you will want to be the lowest price item with your shipping included to be able to be here, this first spot, whereas opposed to here, having the buy box, you are front and center. You are the featured offer. You will most likely get sales from this spot as opposed to a customer having to click in here and then deciding on, depending on maybe the delivery times or the price or whatever, to be able to select your item to sell it. But not all items have a buy box. Sometimes, because the price is too high, that's generally the main reason the price is too high, you will get what's called a suppressed buy box, where there is not a featured offer, like on this item, this Lego classic green base plate. There is not a featured offer. And just like on this one, where you see that there is a featured offer, but to get to the other 16 sellers, you have to click on this button to get to them. When a listing does not have a buy box with no featured offer, you have to click on this button to be able to bring up all of the offers from the different sellers. And in this instance, it's typically better to be the best price because you want to be up here. One thing to note is that the information displayed in the buy box will not be the same for every buyer all across the country at the same time. And this is what I mean. Let's say that I'm a buyer and I live here in South Carolina and I'm looking for widgets, widget A. Now there are multiple sellers. Let's say seller A, seller B. Seller A has widgets in Tennessee. Seller B has widgets in Utah. Because I'm in South Carolina, and let's say seller A and seller B both had the same price for that item, most likely the seller A from Tennessee will show up in my buy box because I am closer to that seller. I would not likely see the seller B in the buy box. They would be in that drop down menu of other sellers. And then vice versa, if I lived here in California and we also had the same sellers with the same items, I would most likely see this seller, seller A, in the buy box and not seller B in the buy box because of the distance between Utah and California. Now, because of this, I wouldn't necessarily be concerned with being the lowest price offer because there's a very high chance that even being a few dollars higher than your competition, you could end up in the buy box simply because the location of your merchandise being closer to whichever customer is looking at your product at that point in time. One last thing to note is if you are an FBM seller, a fulfilled by merchant seller, you fulfill it yourself, you fulfill the orders, you will be at a slight disadvantage as compared to FBA sellers. That's just how the algorithm goes. Even if you are the same price as an FBA seller, you might not get as much time in the buy box because of how the algorithm goes, but you can still get into the buy box. And it's not uncommon, especially during holiday seasons or in periods where Amazon does an extremely high amount of volume of business. FBA sellers, when they send their merchandise into fulfillment centers, there was a period where their merchandise is being transferred to different areas of the country, different fulfillment centers. And while that merchandise is in what's called FC transfer, while technically it is able to be purchased, they most likely will not receive buy box or featured off space because their items are not physically able to be shipped. Yes, they can be bought, but they're not able to be shipped. And in those instances, FBM sellers oftentimes will get the buy box. Please make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell for all of my updates. Happy hunting.